How to stain interior timber furniture with technical wood care expert Andy Palmer.
Staining timber is a great way to get furniture that perfectly matches the colour scheme in your house. If you've got a favourite piece of furniture, you can sand it back so it's ready to stain. Or you can even pick up raw, uncoated furniture ready to stain like I have with this table. There's a few ways to stain timber. You can choose to stain and varnish in one, which gives colour and protection in one step, which is really convenient. Or you can do what I'm going to do today. Let's stain the table first and then apply a clear varnish top coat for protection. This method gives the timber nice deep colour. All you need is fine sandpaper and some brushes, some clean rags along with the stain and clear varnish. For the stain, I'm using Cabot's Interior Stain water-based. It's available in 5 bases that can be tinted at a paint store to dozens of colours. I've chosen walnut, which is a rich brown. After I'm happy with the colour, I'll be applying a few coats of Cabot's Cabothane Clear water-based. I've chosen a gloss finish. Okay, step 1 is preparing the timber. Even though this is new timber, it's important to give it a light sand to knock off any rough spots and to blunt off sharp corners to help the coating build around the edges. A quick rub with 180 grit sandpaper will be enough. Always sand in the direction of the grain. Make sure you get rid of all the sanding dust because you don't want any finding its way into the coating. Stir the can thoroughly to mix the colour. Use a flat paddle. I do it for a full minute to make sure it's all nicely mixed. Before I coat the whole table, I want to be sure that I'm going to get the right colour, so I'm going to coat a hidden area underneath first. Stain works by penetrating into the timber. You brush it on, leave it a while to penetrate and then wipe it off. The length of time you leave it determines the colour intensity. The longer you leave it, the darker it will be. I'm wiping this at 2 minutes, this at 5 minutes, and this at 10 minutes so I can see my options. Once you're happy with your colour, it's time to replicate the same process in a larger scale. Because I've got to wipe it after 5 minutes, I'm going to break this table into smaller sections. I'll do the top, then the sides, then each leg. Apply interior stain liberally. There's no need to worry too much about getting a perfect finish because wiping it evens it out. After 5 minutes, wipe the timber so there's no excess on the surface. Once you've stained the whole table, allow it to dry. Because we're using a water-based stain, it only takes 2 hours, and then it's ready for a clear varnish. I'm going to give it a really light rub with 220 grit sandpaper to take care of any grain that is raised with the stain. Be careful around the corners not to sand away the stain. Wipe all the sanding dust with a cloth. Stir the can of Cabothane water-based. Don't shake it, because that will form little bubbles that will end up in your finish. Note that it looks milky. Don't worry about this. This is what it's supposed to look like. It dries perfectly clear. Brush the varnish on, always working in the direction of the grain. Work from the top down. Let it dry and keep it protected as it's drying. You don't want any particles landing on it. There's a big difference in varnish dry times. Cabot's Cabothane Clear water-based dries in about 2 hours. Once it's dry, give it another light sand with 220 grit sandpaper, just a rub down. Wipe off all the sanding dust and give it another coat. The next coat's going the same as the first. The more coats you put down, the more protection you'll get. For a table, I'm going to give this 3 coats of Cabothane Clear to give it durable protection. And there you have it, a perfectly stained table.
Cabot's. Wood care made easy.